This is my channel, Stitching Goddess Designs. This is all about cross stitch and Harry Potter. And yes, I've got a stupid cold sore. Anyways, what was I gonna say right off the bat? Good Lord. Oh, I started recording without pushing the button. So this is try number 2. Welcome to anybody who has just found me and is tuning in. I hope you like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. I've had a ton, like a lot of views on my whip parade for 2023. So hopefully some of y'all are sticking around, subscribing, and hanging out for the year until next whip parade. So I've got stitching to show you. My streak remains for stitching every day of 2024. And we are 24 days in. Yep, we're 24 days in. So I've got some stitching to show you and a little bit of magical haul to show you. And yeah, I think that's it. So let's dive in. Stitching. So throughout, like, from last Flosstube, like most of last week was stitching on Harry 1 from Good Morning Maui. And I have talked to, it's Kyra, I don't know, it's K-I-R-A, Kyra, is Good Morning Maui. She is the designer, and she has let me know that this is not on her shop for sale anymore, this pattern, but if you buy something else from her shop and then send her a message letting her know that you would like this pattern, she can include it as like a free gift kind of a thing. And she has assured me that she still has hopes for doing Harry 2 through 7, so yay, because I'm absolutely loving this. But here's where I'm at. So stitched more of the train, and yeah, stitched in another, started my first car, so loving it. I thought that was 18 count all along, but it's actually 16 count. It's PTP 16 count. But because it's PTP, picture this plus, it's a little, I mean, it's tiny because they wash and rinse so much. So, okay, then, I don't know if this is in any sort of order, but I did work on Crosses of the Kingdom by Rosewood Manor. Needed to get my 300 stitches in. Sorry. It is later in the day. It's been a slow day all day today. Like, I haven't been able to really get moving very much at all. And it has been foggy for 2 days. Like, there's no lifting of the fog. Usually, you know, the sun comes up and you have like fog early in the day or late in the day, but when the sun is up, it lifts the fog. There's no lifting. It has just been so gray and dreary, and I love the creepiness of the fog, but it is making me tired. Anywho's, this is where I'm at. I'm kind of jumping all over the place on this whip. Like, we've got part of a cross up here, we've got part of a cross down here. We're just all over the place. What I did finish, though, was this black work cross here, and let me see if I can get you guys close enough to really see some detail. Absolutely loved working on that. Everything is in, I'm doing it in Petite Treasure braid, even the black, so it's a sparkly black. In person, it's just so blingy, and I absolutely love it. I'm doing it in just the 2 colors, the gold and the black, which is the gold, the petite treasure braid gold is what's called for, but the black is called for is 310. But again, I'm doing the end of petite treasure braid sparkly. Sparklies. Oh, put the pattern back in here as well. And then I got a little bit of stitching in on Mario. 300 stitches in on that for another weekly challenge. And, let's see, overall, this is where we're at. But what I got done, all these needle minders attaching to themselves, was all this black in here. So, you know, just doing a bunch of outlining, and then I'll start filling in. Yeah. So that's where that's at. This is definitely 18 count 8 I dyed myself. Okay. Get it back in the home. Put it back in its home. And then this is a pattern that is escaping too. The floss list. Hold please. Good Lord. There we go. Okay. I got some really good progress in on one of my ornaments, my dimension kit ornaments. That's upside down. This one. So I think I used it for 2 prompts, 2 or 3, 2 prompts for weekly stitching, for weekly challenges last week. And the challenges I'm talking about, if you're new here, is from Fandom Stitching Central. They are on Facebook. So if you just search Fandom Stitching Central, you should be able to find it. Where's that? There it is. Let's see, which way does it go? I think it goes this way. So I finished off all of the border, yay! And then I started it on some of the half stitches. That's all, and the background is all like half stitches. So that's where I'm at. On that one, let's see. And then I think the last thing that I worked on is also a finish. It's a start and a finish. It's a saff. I have a whole set of mini bottles that are all Harry Potter, and they are from I think it's Magic Stitch Studio. She was on Etsy, but she unfortunately she's not on Etsy anymore. She is a Russian designer, so she had to move to a website. And if anyone is interested, I can get you the link to her shop. But it's Magic Stitch Studio. I believe if you just Google that, you should be able to find her shop. Anyways, here's my bottle. I absolutely love it. I forgot to take a before I backstitched picture. I got about, I don't know, some ways into backstitching. I was like, oh darn, I was going to take a picture. As you can tell, it's the Patronus. It says always on the tag, and oof. I think these are actually called for to be stitched on like 14 count. And of course I'm stitching it on 18 count. And the backstitching is not on, it's like on half stitches or quarter stitches or whatever. So I'm on Ada, piercing the weave, piercing through the stitching that I've already done, like all of the things. I need to get a sharp tapestry needle so that I can really like stitch this easier and like punch through all the layers. Because it's full coverage, the back, I'm not afraid to show you the back. The back kind of gets a little bit thick because I'm carrying floss all over the place. So yeah, having to pierce through all of the thread and fabric and everything to do the back stitching is pretty hard. But I absolutely, like, before I added that back stitching in, like, I wasn't even noticing. I mean, I knew I was stitching the cork up here, but I didn't even pay attention to the fact that this right here with the browns and the blues and the whites all mixed together, like, I had no idea what was going on there until I added in the lines, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the top of the bottle, and you can see the cork through the bottle, and I was like, it's so good. Then this is like a rope string type situation that's got the little tag on it. They all have a tag on them. There's French knots in there for, like, I don't know if they're supposed to be stars or what, but absolutely love it. Oh, it's so good. It did take me 3 days worth of stitching. I think it was like two or 300-ish on, no, it was definitely 300 on one day, because I did it for a weekly challenge, and then I couldn't put it down. And so I started this on Sunday, and I could not stop stitching it. So then Monday I put in another 800-ish stitches, and then last night finished off the remaining 300 stitches, because it was over 1,400 altogether, and then did all of the back stitching. And the back, I didn't even count the back stitching, but it was a lot, because there's one strand of the dark brown, 2 strands of the dark brown, 1 strand of the white, and 2 strands of the white. So it was kind of a lot, but I'm so excited for the rest of these, and I have it on a big old huge piece of fabric, because I think I'm going to just keep going and stitching them on this fabric. I will eventually cut them. I'm not going to like have them all together. I will cut them out into like ornaments or whatever, but super excited. I think that these would be really cute. I have a wall length mantle here. I think it'd be really cute to hang them there or something as like garland or something. I had 12 when I went searching for her store to pass along to y'all. I found 3 or 4 more new ones that she had made, and I was like, oh, I had to cart. So now this is going to take me more than a year, doing one a month, but loved it. Loved every minute of it. So, for the rest of this week, I have not done any of the weekly challenges yet, because I've been, and that didn't fit any of the prompts. So for the rest of the week, I'll be doing weekly stitches, weekly challenges. There's definitely there's one like a winter piece, so I can start on my January stitches, because I have a Lizzie Kate and a Heart and Hand monthly stitches that I need to get done before February. And I'm going to just try to squeeze in all the rest of them. One of the prompts is to stitch on your largest whip, which is, I mean, it's okay. I feel like Death by Cross Stitch is my largest whip. It might be the Haid. I don't really know the stitch count on the Death by Cross Stitch or what I have had done, because I don't have that in Pattern Keeper. I'm just doing it on paper. But I do feel like size-wise, Death by Cross Stitch is my largest piece, which I have already touched this month. So I was trying to only get these whips out and work on them once a month, and also make it fit these prompts. But when it gets specific like that for your largest whip, like, how do you get around that? Like, I can see it says, like, I think another one this week is a method of transportation. Like, I mean, you can get wild and creative with that. Heck, even the Patronus is a method of transportation, because you can transport your information via Patronus. I guess I could have made it work that way. But anyways, I do have something that I'm going to work on for transportation, is half the fun. So, yeah, spending the rest of the week doing the rest of the weeklies, and I still have, because like today's the 24th, so we still have some days next week. Yeah, we have through Wednesday of next week. to get monthly challenges done, which I really need to start hammering those out if I'm going to get them done. Somehow I had plenty of time, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, month is gone. I did have some, like, the stitchy bug kind of ran away from me like 3 days last week. So I didn't really get hardly any stitching done. There was one day I stitched 2 stitches just to keep my streak going. But yeah, so I need to step up the stitching game. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, darn, I didn't bring them down here with me. I'm going to pop a picture in here, but also go check out my Instagram. I've got reels up and I've got pictures up and everything there. And the order form, of course, will be linked down below for the Valentine's Day shirts. And I'm going to pop a picture in right here. Of the Valentine's Day shirts. They close tomorrow, Thursday, January 25th, probably like 7 o'clock Central Time. I'm going to close the order form because in order to get all of the shirts made and to you in time for Valentine's Day, they got to close. So if you are interested in any of those shirts, you need to get that order form in tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, I'm hoping, I know I'm filming later in the day, so hopefully this gets up and y'all can get the orders in and everything. I will have Floss of the Month. Sorry, my brain today. I will have Floss of the Month next Wednesday, because next Wednesday is technically the last Wednesday of the month. It is the 31st. It's the last day of the month. But yeah, I will announce the February Floss Colors of the Month next Wednesday. I am all set. I have all travel booked. I've coordinated with all my peoples and everything is ready for the first retreat of 2024. I'm so excited. Going to Florida to Stacy's retreat for Thread the Needle Stitchery. Again, she's linked down below. And I believe she still has like last minute spots open too. So if you are last minute thinking that you want to get out of the gray fog that currently is everywhere and go to Florida, yeah, go check out her website, get your spot. Let's see, what else was I going to talk about? Oh my gosh, I wanted to do this right at the top and I totally forgot. My brain is so fried today. I wanted to say hi to Ozzy. I wanted to just say wave to Ozzy. I have had a report that she sees Grandma Janet Jabber watching Flosstube, and she will come and wave because she thinks that the people can see her. She will get on occasionally. She'll get on a video chat with us and we get to wave to her and say hi to her. So she thinks that this is the same thing. So hi, Ozzy. I told Janet for sure I'm going to wave to Ozzy in this Flosstube. Okay, let's talk about our Would You Rathers. So, Would You Rather last week was go into the past and meet your ancestors, go into the future and meet your like great grandchildren or your future family, whatever that may look like. So, interesting topics in the comments. So, Kathy Offman said she'd go back in the past. I don't know what my future would hold. Neither of my children want to have kids, so I don't think that I'd have anybody to meet. Cade's Crafts. It's a tough call, but I'd learn more about my past. I'd love to learn more about my past. Good Lord, I can't even read. Yeah, it's just interesting seeing where you came from. I don't know. There is something in seeing like where it's going, but it's also kind of terrifying to look into the future and yeah. OG Stitchery, Tracy said, past. I would love to find out all about my family 6 generations back, as long as I could visit both sides, that would be so cool. Liz Brancat said, I would go back in past and meet my ancestors. Whilst the majority of my family is of Greek heritage, my great-grandmother and great-grandfather on my mom's side had Spanish heritage, and my grandfather on my father's side was unfortunately orphaned at age 6, so we don't know much about his history. He couldn't remember much before he passed, and all we know is his birthday was a fabricated date so that he could come to Australia. It'd be really interesting to find out where he came from. Yeah, there's so many stories like that where it's like, even in my husband's ancestry too, like I lose people. I feel like he, in one of his, like, somewhere along in the lineage, right? One of his great-great-great-grandmothers, grandfathers, whatever, the mom passed away, leaving the dad with, like, I think 5 or 6 kids at the time. Well, especially like way back then, no, men did not take care of the kids. So he shipped them off to go live with various family members. Like, they split up and went out and lived with various family members. He got remarried, had new kids from that wife, and like the other kids were just gone. And I'm just like, where did they go? So, I mean, I laugh, but it's not, I mean, it's hard when you're doing ancestry, and there's like a lot of like, people that are like actually trained and skilled in like searching ancestry that can like really dig into things for you and try to find things for you. But yeah, when somebody is just orphaned and just dropped off and you there's nothing to trace. That's the only way to go. The only way to know is to go back in time. Whitney Graham says, I'd love to meet my future family. I have 2 amazing kids, so any future grandkids would be amazing to meet. Yeah, it would be amazing to go into the future and see where these boys and they're going to grow into adults and have families and kids and so on and so on and so on. So it would be something. Which Stitch, oh my gosh, which Stitch PS? I don't know, but thinking about what the future might be like terrifies me. I'd rather face down my ancestors. And I think that was one of the things that hit me when I was reading through the comments, is I was like, the future is just so, it's unknown. Like, you don't know what the future is going to hold. I'm like, we're living in some scary, like, history-making times right now. Like, what is the future going to look like? Is it going to get worse? Is it going to get better? Like, it's terrifying to think about. But the past, we already know. We already know what happened in the past. So we can go safely back, and we know that we safely got here to the present. You would learn more intimate details about your family, but going into the past, like, you already know what's happened. You already know what you're going back to. So, yeah. Sue says, I would rather visit my ancestors. Too much history has been lost over time. Then go to the future to visit possible descendants. I would be afraid to know what the future, I would be afraid to know the future, as I might want to change it. There's that too, like, but also going back in time and seeing or witnessing like horrible things or whatever, and then you can and you could possibly tell them, like, hey, this is how we invented like technology. Here you go. Like, I don't know, this is, invest in this stock, and then you end up changing your family's path because you told them to invest in Apple, and now you go back to the present and you're like multi-billionaires. Like, you could go back in the past and affect time too. Little Nubu creates, I am saying that right, by the way, thank you. I would rather meet my ancestors, since my partner and I don't have kids and don't plan on having kids. I have no idea what I would see in the future. Might be interesting, but I still think I would be more interested in meeting and seeing my ancestors. Wendy Paslin, I would go back in the past. I know nothing about my father, but recently found out I'm 50% Latvian. So which means he was 100%. I would like to learn more about my Latvian heritage. Amanda Stitches says, I need to know if I came from royal descent. My husband seems to think so. Are you acting like a spoiled princess, Amanda? Quilt Junkie, Jenny, this Would You Rather is rough. Going into the past and the future has the potential for extreme hella disappointment. But I would like to have a few drinks with my ancestor. I too love history and would like to talk about what has not changed and I think the changes are apparent, but the similarities would be interesting. And then we've got Amanda again says, I don't have children, so I'm going to go with, I'm going to say the past and meet my ancestors. But even if I did, I still think even if I did have kids, I still choose my ancestors. That's what she was saying. Devi, I would go back into the past, meet my ancestors. Well, not actually meet them, just observe. I would like to see what their life was like and what drove their decisions, but not interject myself into their lives. That's a good point. Like, yeah, I would like to go back into the past and just witness and just be able to like watch, like through, like, even if it was like, you could just turn on the TV and watch and just, oh yeah, I would love to go into the past and see it all. Stick strings and other things. Too many major jerks in my past family. I think I'd be too angry at most of them to go back and meet them. Unlikely to have any future family, so perhaps the past, and hope to find that not all of them were huge assholes. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's good people, but also that goes into like the whole, would you want to like change them? Like, I don't know what exactly you're talking about in like in terms of your family being jerks in your past, but like, I mean, the big huge one that pops into my head, being of Caucasian skin tones, is would I go into the past and would I find that I don't think I have gone down my ancestry line, but would you go into the past and would you find that your family owned slaves? And if they did, like, hey, let's not. Can we not? Yeah, I mean, and interjecting yourself and like doing what you need to do to like change the past so that, because you know what the future brings. It's hard. Anyways, yeah, that's all of the comments on the Would You Rathers. It was really thought-provoking. Not so much as lighthearted and fun as I was thinking it was going to be. It was definitely a deep conversation. So that was a random one, right? So we're back at Would You Rather Harry Potter. And, okay. Would you rather eat a vomit bean, the every flavor beans, there's vomit flavored beans, eat a vomit flavored bean every day for a year, or get a howler every day for a year? One whole year. You either have to choke down that vomit bean one day, or one every single day, or one every single day you get berated by some freaking howler that comes and yells at you. I 100% can take the vomit flavored bean. Like, I feel like you would probably your taste buds would change and you would come to like the stupid thing by the end of the year. Or you just swallow it like a pill. Like, just get it done. Having a howler come and yell at me for whatever it is I did the day before, or the audacity to just exist on this planet and come and yell at me, my self-esteem can. My mental well-being cannot handle being yelled at every day by a howler. Now, if the howler was coming and yelling at me and telling me, "You're beautiful, you're amazing, you're creative, you get out of that bed and you seize that day," like, if that was what the howler was doing, oh, I could get behind that, because I need that motivation in my life. But I don't know, it's gonna be yelling bad things at me. I don't want that. But go based off of the assumption that a howler is usually is for being mad at somebody, I'm going to go with the bean. Swallow it like a pill and just get it over with. So yeah, vomit flavored bean or a howler, which one are you going with? What else do I have for you? I have a little bit of magical haul. So I have exciting news. I am still on LitJoy's email list, and just happened to like get an email and look at it, and I was like, what? So they have stopped their subscription boxes for the magical boxes. The magical subscription is done. However, they're continuing to make keys and having some magical new items in the shop. So I don't know, what do I do? Do I just set an alarm and check every couple of weeks and see like what's new in stock? I don't know. But I will say is that I got 2 new keys, y'all. So in this email, I saw new items in the shop, and I happened to just open it and look, and there were new magical keys, and I was like, excuse me, I don't have those keys. So we have, I think they called it Dark Wizard Manor. It's Malfoy. It's Malfoy Manor. And it is absolutely amazing. Okay, so let's see if I can pop all of these things out. They're like in here so tight lately. Oh, okay. Here's the key, the actual key itself. It's got a peacock on there. It's got the Sanctimonia Vincent Semper. I googled it because this is like engraved on the archway, like leading into, or the gates or whatever leading to Malfoy Manor, and I think it was something about no, I can't remember. I googled it and it came up. Hold please, because it's gonna bug me. It should pop up because I just, yeah, there we go. The Latin words appeared inscribed on a silver banner at the Malfoy Manor, meaning purity will always conquer. How very white supremacist of them. But there's the key. And then we have the Death Eater's mask. And I don't know, I would have to go and look and see if that was if that's actually Malfoy's, Lucius's mask or not. And then we all know that he has his cane that he carries with his wand. But this comes apart, y'all. So we've got the snake. The wand, is this a walking stick? Is this a wand? It feels like, it kind of looks like his walking stick, but also a baby. If you know, you know. But I love it. He's got a green eye. Oh, love it all. Okay. And the other key that I got is from the Ministry of Magic. And here's the sets. Oops. Sorry, I have a timer set. Here is the entire set all together. It's getting blown out. This has got it's a ministry identity card, and then this will come out. It just slides, so you can put your own picture in there. I have a ministry identity card. Here's the key, if I can get it out. Here's the key. It's got the ministry symbol there. It just says the ministry on the back. Cool. And then we have this little baggie that says, speak clearly, ministry issued powder. And there's something in there. And y'all, I could not. So it's like tied. It's not like super duper tight or anything. And then this thing is like hooked through the whole thing. So I untied it. I unhooked the whole thing. I had to like bend the thing to make it come undone. I'm like, I don't even care if this is like a piece of bubble wrap or paper or what. I need to know what's in here. That's a little baggie. That's a little tiny baggie full of purple powder. I was like, oh, the detail y'all went to, oh, I cannot. Amazing. Amazing. Two other items that piqued my interest when I went on there are the house portraits. And I was expecting like just a printed card. Like when you're looking, I guess I could have read the description and it would have said it was like coming in a frame. But when I'm looking at the picture, it looked like a printed, like a print. You were just going to get a print. It is not that. It's a full-on frame, velvet back. It's a stand-up. It's a hanging. It's all the things. And it is Godric Gryffindor. There we go. Boom. It's Godric Gryffindor. He's got his sword. He's looking... Oh, gosh, I cannot. He's looking amazing. Amazing. His frame is pretty nondescript. It kind of looks like the Mirror of Erised, like the outline of it, but it's just pretty nondescript. And there's only 2 of them out right now, as far as I can tell. I didn't see any of the others. Here is Helga Hufflepuff. And she's got vines and stuff all over her frame for herbology. She's got her cup. She's holding her wand. Yeah, she's looking pretty badass too. Loving it. I love it. So I have those 2 founder pictures in really good frames. Excited for the other 2 that will hopefully be coming as well. I cannot wait for Salazar Slytherins. Let's see. What else was there to talk about? I mean, life updates for the week. Not a whole lot. Stitching, snow, ice, fog / rain / whatever this is that it's doing right now. We have had a lot of melt off. I think it warmed up into the 40s today. But again, like I said, we're covered in a dense fog. So, I've had, I don't think that I've had any sort of, major, I had a headache for a good 2 or 3, I think it was 3 days, finally went away. I haven't had any super major big issues with MS. I just feel like I am definitely woke up with like maybe 5 spoons today. I did stay up way past my bedtime last night finishing that bottle though. So, but I probably woke up with only 5 spoons, and it seemed like getting out of bed took all 5. It took me 2 hours to get out of the bed this morning. I did manage to take a shower, and wash the hair, which is yay. That's a big accomplishment. Yeah. So, okay. I want to wrap this up. I feel like there's things I'm probably missing that I wanted to talk about and I can't remember now. Love Baby Snake Sal. One of the Valentine's Day shirts that y'all saw earlier, I can't believe I even forgot, is the Love Baby Snake Sal shirt. And that is my birthday Sal, is to work on something with Valentine's theme, snake themed, Slytherin themed, Harry Potter, whatever you want to do. And yeah, use the hashtag Love Baby Snake Sal. I think this is like year 3 or 4 of this now. This Thursday is going to be my 3. I started in 21. So 22, 23. Yeah, it's going to be my 3-year anniversary. Flosstube. And so I think that I'm going to film a separate short little Flosstube anniversary video and that'll go up on Thursday. I have a couple of fun things, some giveaways and some interesting facts and stats and things like that. So that'll be on Thursday or Friday. I'm crazy because today's 24 and it's Wednesday. Friday. It'll be Friday. The 26th. The 26th is the anniversary. So it'll go up on Friday. Yeah. I don't think I have anything else. I probably do. I'm probably forgetting everything, but my brain is trash today, so we get what we get. And I gotta go pick up the youngest from robotics. I'm currently reading a book. Yay. It's called Project Hail Mary, and so far so good. It's amazing so far, and I've been listening to it, and like driving him up to robotics and back. It's playing, and so he's catching snippets of it. And he was like, "What is happening?" And I'm like, "This is a really good book. You should listen to this book." So it's very sci-fi, very science, math driven. All of it, outer space, all the things. So, he might have an interest in that. So, okay, seriously, Midwest goodbyes. I gotta go because I gotta go pick him up. So I will see y'all next week, or actually in a couple of days. But I hope you all have a very magical stitchy week. And for now, mischief managed. Bye.